Chris Reardon. From the Mirrorball studio in Royal Berkshire, this is Chris Reardon.
Welcoming you along, it's Chris Reardon with United Kingdom Talk. Hello, boys and girls. Another week. It's that one after the weekend. Yes, Chris Reardon and the United Kingdom Talk. What a weekend, dear. What a weekend. On Saturday, was it Saturday? Yes, Saturday, I turned up for a DJing job, and guess what? Forgot my headphones. Oh, yes. Now, that has only ever happened once before in must have been about 10 years ago, when that was a New Year's Eve, and I forgot my headphones. How do you do that? How does that? You see, I'm working so hard, I can't remember. It's, what's it, Alzheimer's disease. Clearly, I've got Alzheimer's disease. Now, is there a pill to take? That's the question. I need to resolve my poor brain problems. Imagine not turning up for your headphones as a DJ. Fortunately, they had a pair there. Anyway, that's not where it ends. Because in this particular place, first of all, it's got an upstairs, it's got a top floor, a ground floor, and a basement. And I work on the ground floor and then the basement. First of all, I put a show on the ground floor, so I push buttons, play a bit of music, work microphones and lights for an act. And then, when that's finished, I go downstairs and I DJ. So I'm downstairs, I started, ran about 10 minutes in it, bang, bass amplifier, no longer working. So it was all a bit of a kerfuffle. Do you like that word? Kerfuffle. Yes, it was a bit of a kerfuffle on Saturday. Worst thing that I forgot the headphones. I mean, fortunately, someone did provide me with a set of headphones, one of the members of staff. So, I mean, it wasn't too bad. But I have a dreadful feeling I will lose the other pair. Because they're not cheap, dear. £85. $170 for a pair of headphones. Oh, we can't be buying the normal ones, dear. No, look, I've got another pair here, look. Oh, did that hurt your ears? I'm sorry. Hang on, let me turn that down a bit. Sounded like a budgery guard, didn't it? There we are. There's my headphones, look. Can you see those? You can't hear them, though, can you? You can see them there. They're like, they're quite large, black, but they're not your, like, 20 quid headphones from the record shop. You know, these are quite expensive. But you need expensive ones and proper ones to do the job. And they do last for years and years. Unless, of course, you lose them. Or you leave them in other venues. So they're the headphones. And what else happened to me? There was something else. Oh, yes, as I was walking around... Yes, I'll tell you about the date later. I know, I mentioned it in the last show. Did it happen? Oh, God. Oh, I'm frightened to tell you, to be honest. Frightened to tell you. Well, while I was walking around, this was on Thursday in another place... Someone said they quite liked me and had liked me for years. So I went over and started talking. Oh, you've got lines on your face now? I said, yes. Oh, you're showing your age. Don't you hate people saying that? Why do they do it? And I was mortally hurt. I was hurt, boys and girls. Why do they do it? Oh, you're showing your age. And you have to kind of pretend that you're not bothered by that, don't you? Whereas you kind of go back to wherever you are and sit behind a desk and start crying your eyes out. I don't know. But, I mean, I do use my face cream, you know, which is, what have I got? Oil of Definity or something. Olay. Apparently, Olay is the new name for oil of Ulay. Did you know that? Yeah. And I do put it on there religiously on the advice of younger people who work in things like hairdressing and that sort of thing, who reckon that the small lines are not as bad anymore. But it doesn't seem to be helping when you're talking to people, especially when they say you're starting to look your age. What a liberty! Mind you, there has been occasions people have said that, when I've said to them, well, how old do you think I am? Oh, about 38. So I think to myself, yes. Because you know I'm 44. 45 next month, boys and girls. Life does begin at 40, but as I wrote down here, you're showing your age. What a liberty. It really is. Now, if you're listening on the podcast, we've got the video as well on again today. You can find that, links to the video, via the main United Kingdom Talk website, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, all right? And this will be the show dated the... Hang on, I should tell you in a minute. I think it's the... don't want to give misinformation. Let me just check. I think it's the podcast dated the 22nd of January. Let me just check for you, because I'm never quite sure what date's what here. I get very confused with numbers. I'm a bit dyslexic with numbers. I think the word that's word dyslexic. You know, when you kind of look at numbers in the wrong way. Let me have a quick look. We'll find it. Don't worry. Don't panic, dear. 17. Let me see. Oh, hang on. Yes, 22nd. All right. So this will be the podcast dated the 22nd of January. And if you go into the main United Kingdom Talk website, you'll see the video links on there. Okay? Now, I've been eBay shopping. eBay shopping? Yes. I bought a lovely pair of trainers. Now, these are... What one make of these? Reebok Shocks, which I often use. I use these, actually, for running and walking. Not the same ones. When I go out and do my jogging, I've got, you know, specific pair of trainers for jogging, which I use for a few months. And then you have to chuck them away and get another pair. Apparently the springs go or something like that. I mean, they just... they don't make things like they used to, do they? Eh? I mean, when I was a lad, you could buy a pair of shoes and they would last for at least 35 years. Now, only a couple of months and you have to buy a new pair. It's a liberty, that's what it is. They make them so that they fall apart. As many times I've been out walking around and suddenly the shoes just disintegrate in front of my very eyes and there's nothing left, just a small pile of dust at the end of your feet. It's a liberty. Anyway, I've got my new trainers, Nike Shocks, very nice colours. They're like white with little blue bits on one side, black on the other. Retailing in the shops, probably about 120 quid, I would guess these things are. What did I pay for these on eBay? Come on. What did I pay for these on eBay? Any ideas? Ah, you'll be very impressed. I'm impressed. £16 for the trainers and £4 for the postage. Ha! Over the moon, dear. Over the moon. £120 on a pair of trainers? No, I've said it time and time again. Absolutely not. £25 maximum. No more than £25. I told you. Don't go mad on these things. I'm just reaching across to my computer, pushing a few buttons. I have to keep an eye on the time. So there we are. Always a good place to look. eBay, all your clothes. I also bought a pair of swimming trunks on there. Speedos. £5 for the trunks. £2 for the postage. You can't go wrong. Stop going into these shops and being ripped off. I've told you before. Save money. You'll need to with the rate of the fuel bills are going up at the moment. Well, I won't because I've got the solar panels. You see? All these people, when they laughed when I told them they put in the solar panels, I said, you've got to look long term. Wait till the prices increase. I'm not saying anything else. Now, talking of clothing and things like that, got a bit of a problem with the new tracksuit bottoms. Let me just go and get them. Stay there a second. You might be able to help me with this. Well, I can't find them now. I've just remembered they are actually downstairs at the moment in the washing machine. But it's the same sort of material as my hooded... Oh, I've got one on, haven't I? Of my hooded tops. But the tracksuit bottoms, I think they're a little bit thicker, and they're bobbling. Ladies and gentlemen, they are bobbling. Now, can you help me with that? Why is that happening? Someone said all you've got to do is put a strip of tape on and pull it off and all the bobbles will come off. Or you sit there carefully with a razor blade. But I don't want to do that. Why is that happening? Is the water too hot? Is the water too cold? Is it the way I'm washing them? Oh, excuse me. Is it the way I'm washing them? I don't know. What is it? Is it perhaps that they are not supposed to go in a washing machine? Please help me. Why are my tracksuit bottoms bobbling? Let me know on the email, OK? Chris@UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. I write everything down here that you see that I want to talk about. Everything is on a piece of paper in front of me. Now, what else? Oh, I've started doing other things in the pub. One of the pubs I work at, the Steam Coach in Hemel Hempstead. Now, don't forget, it's quiz night every night there at 9 o'clock on a Wednesday. You could win £250 cash. Yes, £500. No, is it 500? No, £250 cash. OK, that's Wednesday nights at the Steam Coach, Hemel Hempstead. I often mention it. Don't want you to miss out. Free entry. Don't have to pay to get in there. You could just sit there and watch. Watch what's going. You could be an observer. Yes, watching everything going on around you, taking notes. Maybe you got one of those dictaphones, have you? You know. Oh yes, sir. Yes, yes. Come along, Steam Coach, Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock. £250 for the quiz. I'm not giving you the questions first. What? Yes, I know we're friends and that, but you can't have the questions first, dear. It's a liberty, that's what it is. Right, let me do some emails then. Time for email time. First of all, I've just tilted my head. I hope you couldn't see a bald spot then. I must be very careful about tilting my head. People said to me, on the videos, when you're doing videos of the show, you mustn't tilt your head because you can see... Oh, I hate it so much. I hate the lines on my face and I hate it. It's no good. It's no good you sending me these lovely emails saying don't worry about it. It worries me. Never used to worry me. Even when I was 30, I thought, oh, that's going a bit thin. You know, I wonder how much longer I will last. Oh, I just said you know, didn't I? Did you hear that? You know, sometimes when you're having a conversation, you say, I don't know, let me think. And the bald spot on my head, you know? Right. I was listening to a lady the other night on one of the London talk stations, and she said, you know, 38 times in the space of 5 minutes. I was counting it. I thought, oh, she sounds nice, and I do like her, actually. I was going to ring her up and tell her. She would have said, who are you? I don't know myself, to be honest. Who are you? Who are they? Who are these people in here? I don't know who they are. But anyway, she said, you know, 38 times in the space of 5 minutes. Yeah. And it's funny, because I was working with someone on Sunday, and I said, I'm not going to mention her name, because I think she's really good. I actually quite like her. But I said to my friend, did you hear so-and-so on the radio? He said, oh, my God, no, I had to turn that off. He said, she kept saying, you know. And I said, yeah, oh, you noticed it as well, then. It's actually hard when you get in the habit of doing something to get out of it again, you know? Oh, I've just done it again. Also with my... You know, when I sniff, I actually got a switch here to flick so that you can't hear me. Although, you know, if you were watching the video, you'd see it like this. But you can't hear it, see? Because I've got a switch here. And I can cough. But you can't actually hear it. It's good, that, isn't it? Oh, it's rude to cough. I wonder if people on the telly... Do they cough and flick a switch as well? Or do they just not cough? How do you stop coughing or sniffing? Because it all builds up at the back of your throat. It's just impossible, isn't it? Come on, emails. Sorry, I'm rambling again, aren't I? I'm rambling. I don't mean to. It's just that I'm lonely here and there's no one to talk to. And then when you come and see me, I've got someone to talk to and I just can't shut up. I'm sure that's one of my faults, not letting people get a word in edgeways. There we are. Other people go on and on and on, and they don't even realise it. They really don't. So that's happened before. People have said, oh, you do go on. They want to listen to themselves. I like that. On and on and on. God's sake. Anyway, let's have an email. It's all these emails, actually. I'm trying to read them all within the space of a week, all right? First of all, it's our friend Ross P. from Norwich. Live from Norwich. It's the quiz of the week. Oh, have we got the Norwich thing? 1 minute. Let's try this for you, especially for Ross P. If it's here, I don't know if it's here. Oh, it's not Ross. What a shame. It was the little Anglia horse music, which is now turned into flats, isn't it? Anglia Television Studios turning into flats. I'd like one of those. It's nice to live in a piece of history, isn't it? I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't mind a room at Buckingham Palace. Oh, she won't let me rent one. You would have thought that, wouldn't you? What with the Queen being a very special friend of mine. Windsor Castle is only down the road from here, you know. Oh, yes. I've seen her drive past and she waves, you know, on her horse. She waves out there. Because we have got the forest out the back there. Now, Ross P says, now, listening to a show, when we were talking about these supermarkets, I admit I have been January sale shopping in Tesco's. And not a lot in there at all. Well, it's a supermarket, isn't it, dear? It's the wrong place to go sale shopping, isn't it, Tesco's? Although some of the big ones, they have very large electrical... actually, there's one near me in Camberley. Tesco's in Camberley. Huge. Absolutely. I've only been there once or twice, and that was like late at night. Oh, that was years ago now. When did I go late there? Oh, I remember. It was one just before Christmas. About 5 or 6 years ago, that's when I had a couple of nights off in the week. And I went there with my brother-in-law's brother. Does that make him my brother-in-law or not? Okay, say my sister is married to her husband, so her husband is my brother-in-law. Now, is his brother also my brother-in-law? Does anyone know the answer to that? Let me know. Chris at UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. Oh, talking about my sister, she was watching one of the videos of the show. She says I fidget a lot. Do I fidget? Am I fidgeting? That's what the cat was doing the other night on the bed. Do you remember I told you? When I let her come up, I thought I'd let her sleep with me today. She was up and down on the bed all the time, meowing. Maybe she was just excited that I'd let her come into the bedroom and sleep on the pillow. She actually she tried to sleep. She curled up on the pillow in front of me. Yes. But she wouldn't sit, and she put her little head here, in between my head and my shoulder. Now, that is love, isn't it? The cats love me, and I love them too. That was the younger one, Katie. But she wouldn't settle down. She'd stay there for about 10 seconds, and then she'd be up again and walk up and down my body. I don't know what she would... Probably marking out her territory, so no other cats would get near... Oh, they get very jealous, don't they? So no other cats would come near me. Anyway, so my sister says I fidget a lot. I don't know if you think I fidget a lot, do you? Am I a fidgeter? What would you rather me do? Sit here and not move like this? I could be like one of those people with Botox. Or they can't move their face. Other people have said I should have Botox. I don't know. I mean, it's not too bad. You see, as I say, if you're watching the video, to be honest, you don't see it on television unless you've got the high definition. I gather people, makeup artists are having to be retrained at the moment to, if they're going to make programmes in high definition, because every line and every wrinkle shows up. I mean, people like Sean Connery are finished, aren't they? Let's face it. Not Shirley Bassey, though. Forever youthful. The minute you walk in a joint, I can... Oh, never mind. Oh, we haven't done a singing video yet, have we? Do you want to... Shall we do one of those at some point? Shall we do Big Spender? Would you like me to do Big Spender? I will do Big Spender then, all right? I'm going to see if I can find it on here, and then I'll be with you to do Big Spender. Now, just a second now.
across the UK and across the world. From the Mirrorball studio in Royal Berkshire, this is Chris Reardon.
Right, I'm going to have a look now for Big Spender for you. And we'll see. I'll have to put my headphones on while I sing this, because maybe I won't have to. If I can just turn it up. Otherwise I can't hear the music. We haven't done Big Spender, have we? I'm sure someone asked me to sing a little bit more this week. I can't remember who it was now. Who was it who asked me singing? Now, let me just... I'll finish off this email before I look this up. Yes, Ross says he went January sale shopping in Tesco's. Not a lot in there at all. Lots of half-price mince pies. What, are they still in there, dear? I'm really not a fan of... I'm going to look this up while I'm reading the email. Look, I can do several things at once, you know. Don't you worry about that. Lots of half-price mince pies and chockies that I don't really eat that sort of stuff. I have not even attempted to go to Norwich city centre to shop, as it's meant to be mad. What, with the sales? Oh, I really don't think you get much from sales. I honestly don't. I think they're all a bit of a hyped up thing, really. Ross also says, now I have to admit to being a bit of a cheapskate at Tesco's. I went in the store after I finished work on a Sunday afternoon and grabbed some cocktail sausages for 18p. They were £1.48. That's good. And two quiches at 29p instead of £1.69. And stuck them in the freezer. Well, what's wrong with that, dear? We need more bargains. There's nothing wrong with that, dear. God, you know me. When do I ever pay full price for anything? No. You've got to look for the bargains, all right? Now, let me find Big Spender. Love the show. Look out for mine soon, but I'm not sure if I can talk as much as you. Yeah, Ross has been trying. Ross did try and do a talk show himself. And he did it, and I thought it was quite good. But I'm not sort of quite sure he wants to actually do that. I think he was just doing it to sort of see if he could do it or not. You know, if you're doing these things, you have to really want... Sorry, I've got really itchy nose. You have to really want to do them, you know, and carry on doing them. Otherwise, what about the listeners, Ross? You can't just do one willy-nilly show, can you? You've got to keep it going. People might be there waiting for your every word, dear. Right, time for Big Spender then, boys and girls. I'm going to sing for you now, you lucky things. Here we go. I don't know if you can hear me all right, can you? Let's try it. The minute you walked in the joint, I could see you were a man of distinction, a real big spender. Good looking, so refined. Now watch your light to go, what's going on in my mind? The minute you walked in... No, I'm getting this all wrong. I'm getting it all wrong, dear. Just a minute now. Oh, we've got whistling and everything. Right, I've got the words up here, you see. The minute you walked in the joint, I could see you were a man of distinction, a real big spender. Good looking, so refined. Now what's you like to know what's going on in my mind? So let me get right to the point. I don't pop my cork for every man I see. Hey, big spender, spend a little time with me. Wouldn't you like to have fun, fun, fun? How about a few laughs, laughs? I can show you a good time. I can show you a good time. The minute you walked in the joint, I could see you were a man of distinction, a real big spender. Good looking, so refined. So wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind? Let me get right to the point. I don't pop my cork for every man I see. Hey, big spender. Hey, big spender. Hey, big spender. Spend a little time with me. All right, especially for you there. Our first little music video. I mean, the next stop is MTV, isn't it, really? I think so. Thank you again, Ross, for that. A little bit extra for you there. Let me just turn that off there in case it starts playing again. Lovely jubbly. Now, hello to Andy. Andy says, like me, you probably hate phoning expensive 087 numbers used by many companies and their so-called helplines. Oh, sick to death of it. Because, you know, every time it's 0870, that's not a local call. It's local rate call. But 0870 numbers do not come out. A lot of us have got, certainly here in the UK, on BT, British Telecom. You can pay a certain amount each month, and that includes all your local and national calls, but not things starting with 0870. Because I've looked at my bill several times and it says, you know, included, and then it says, you know, I don't know, 35p, and you look and it's an 087 number, so they are not included. And it's a bit of a blooming con, really. It's a bit of a con. We should have the choice of dialing. Well, I mean, if you were given the choice, you wouldn't dial it, would you? Because all of those 0870 numbers have a proper number as well. For example, 0208 or 01344. That's my local code. But the question is, what is the other number? That's the thing. All of them do. The big companies with hundreds of phone lines going into the buildings, they all have a normal number. The 0870 number just routes to that number by some electronic means. All right? The question is, where do you find some of the other numbers? Well, there is a website, which Andy is telling us about. He says, I found this amazing link where you just type in the name of the company or the 0870 number they use, and it gives you the much cheaper... Oh, that was my elbow. They give you the much cheaper regional alternative. Okay? And the link to that is www.sayno-to0870.com. He says, give it a look and save money. Best wishes from Andy A. All right, once again, that's sayno-to0870.com. And Andy, yes, I do actually use it. I've used it on many occasions, looking for numbers. But in all honesty, quite often the number I want is not in there, which is a bit of a shame, really. Even my doctor's surgery has now gone on 0870. And I hate ringing them. I hate ringing. But once again, you know, it's the companies, isn't it? It's the companies or the organisation that puts these things in. And you and I haven't got to say about it, have we? It's so annoying. It's so annoying how companies come out with stuff which forces you to... And the other thing I absolutely hate, is ringing 0905 numbers when it's like some sort of technical assistance. What a cheek. What a blimmin' liberty when you spend £200, £300, £400, more often than not, on computer equipment. You spend all that money, and then they want to charge you £1.50 a minute after that for technical help. I mean, it isn't on. It isn't on, but it doesn't seem to be anything we can do about it. There must be companies who sell computers and things like that who have got a normal regional phone number, whether it's here in the UK or in the States or in Australia or other places like that. I think it's just a case of looking for them. But the big ones haven't, have they? Unless you know different, let me know. Okay? The email to the show is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Be lovely to hear from you, all right? chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Now, let's say hello to Amanda, who says, Chris, good day. I started listening to you about a month ago. I now look forward to hearing you every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. And she said, honestly, I listen to each recording 2 or 3 times. God. You don't like to miss anything, do you, Amanda? It's like, to be honest, I rarely listen, or, I mean, a lot of people say quite often I don't listen or I don't hear. Someone told me a while ago, I wander. My mind wanders, you know. You'll be halfway through a conversation, it sort of goes off somewhere else. I don't know why that is. I think I've always been a little bit like that. I start wandering, lose interest. It's not very good, really, is it, that? But what can you do? How do you say that? You know, and someone would say, well, you know, someone might say, well, try and keep interested. Well, how do you do that? How do you not wander? Interesting. When I find myself down, I can pull you up and make you quite happy. Oh, sorry. And you... I got that wrong. Got that wrong. Read it as it is. See, I'm wondering. When I find myself down, I can pull you up and you make me quite happy. Thank you. I hope so. Amanda, you see, if I can't make you happy with my voice, I have a very long finger and it will come and tickle you under your arms. So be careful. I'm not very... Why can't you tickle yourself? Have you ever noticed that? I'm now tickling under my arms. Nothing happening. Right? I shall now tickle my waist. No, nothing happening there either. No ticklish. And I shall now tickle my feet. These are my most ticklish places. No, nothing happening. Yes, I wear white socks. Is that all right? You don't mind me wearing white socks? Why can't we tickle ourselves? And yet, if anyone was to come along now and prod my foot or my side or under my arms, then that would really tickle me. And my neck is back of my neck, very sensitive. What about yours, Amanda? Have you got a sensitive neck at the back? If someone kisses the back of that neck, oh, it sends shivers up my back. Oh, I melt in their arms. I mean, to be honest, even when I said to you, like Katie, you know my cat Katie, when I had her sleeping on the pillow, or try, you know, when she was fidgeting, really, but every time she settled on the... I felt a gentle lick on the back of my neck. Yes! She knows I like it. My cats love me, don't they? Back to your email, Amanda. As for your cat, when I was younger, I had a cat that would lose her fur by scratching and biting. Now, that is exactly what my Katie does. Apparently, she had a type of skin fungus. She was about 2 years old when it started and only really showed itself during the spring and summer seasons. Well, we're in winter at the moment, so I don't know. I hope she gets better. Yes, well, she stopped doing it. The fur has grown back. So I don't know what goes on there. I'm not quite sure. Didn't go to the vet in the end because it sort of cleared up on its own. You know. Oh, you know what I haven't done? I haven't rung up about my cholesterol test yet. I must make a note of that. That was last week, wasn't it? Presumably it's all right, otherwise they would have rung me, wouldn't they? Cholesterol test ring. Blimey, I forgot all about that. There's no point in going and having these tests done. Excuse me, and then forgetting the results, is there? OK, I suppose I should tell you a little bit about myself. I live in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm married, no children. I do have 2 cats, so I suppose they are my babies. Yes, you see, my cats are my babies. Although one's 18. Yeah, she's quite old now, but that's all right. She's downstairs in the kitchen at the moment, asleep on a chair. And the other one is... oh, about 10. So they're both old birds, aren't they? My cats, but we love them. The names, Amanda's cat's names are Julian, who is quite fat, and Tiny. Well, my cat's called Tiny, who isn't so small himself now. You can see them on MySpace. By the way, thank you for becoming my friend on MySpace yesterday. And she puts her screen name there. You now have another very loyal listener. As always, Amanda. Thank you, Amanda. I'll tell you what. I know... Shall I go and get one of my cats and see if I can get her to say something? She does speak sometimes. Let me get one of my cats, because you haven't seen my cats, have you? It'll be all right on the video side of things here. Yeah. Oh, hang on a minute. I've got something caught under the chair now. Oh, I'm trying not to turn my head so you don't see the bald spot, and it's stupid. Oh, why do... Oh, hang on. What's going on here? It's all of a tangle now. There we are. That got tangled underneath. Right, let me go and get one of my cats, all right? Because I know she's asleep downstairs. Stay there. Do you want a bit of music while I'm... No, I can't. Just a minute. Just give me a second or two. I won't miss that. Won't be long. Just going to get her now. There we are, back now. This is Tiny. All right, darling. Are you going to say anything? Come on, darling. This is Tiny. She's the old one. All right. Is she? Hey, Tiny. Now, as I say, usually I don't let my cats in the house. She is quite old, though, isn't you? You going to say anything? Come on, kiss a bit. Oh, she's purring. Are you purring? Are you purring? Can't get you to purr, eh? She lovely? Tiny is like 18 years old. She's dark brown with light brown markings, and she's the most gorgeous cat. She was actually a present from my son. For my... 34... 26... I can't remember if that was about... Actually, is she older than this? I think she might be older than 18. Yeah. Now I'll put, where am I going to put you? Well, I'm doing the rest of my show, because we can't stop halfway through, Tiny, can we? Hey? We can't stop halfway through. She's lovely. Go on, you go on there. I'll put her on top of me, sweatshirt. She'll be comfortable in there. Alright? Mind your paws. The only things with cats, there you go. Put her on there. Come on, you rest on there. The only thing with cats is like when you try and put them down, the little claws get stuck in your clothes, don't they? Oh, I think she's coming back on my lap. Do you want to sit on my lap while I'm doing the rest of this? Hey? Alright, come on then. Oh, she wants to sit up here now. If I put my feet up there... There you are, you sit there. There you go. Alright. She's lovely. It's a shame you can't... I think... Can you see? Because she's a bit low down. I could move that camera down a bit, I suppose. Tiny, yeah. Beautiful girl. Right, back to Amanda. Oh, yes, that's it. All right, Amanda, thanks for the email there, my darling, and welcome along to the show in Kentucky. Is it KY? Is that Kentucky? It's got to be, isn't it? Louisville. Thank you, my darling. Let's say hello to... Now, let's see. Oh, it's Colette. Colette is another new listener. Colette's in the UK. And she writes, "Hi, Chris. I thought I'd take..." The cat's pushing her little head under my arm so she gets a stroke. Ain't ya? Hey, lovely girl. What's that there? What's that there, eh? What's that there? She don't come on me lap very often because I am a little bit allergic to them. Sometimes the allergy's worse than at other times. There we are. Sorry, I'm concentrating on my cat instead of talking to you now, aren't I? Never mind. Let me just move that down a little bit there and you'll be able to see her. Because she is rather gorgeous. There we are. Might be a bit too... Is that too low for you now? Hang on, I'll move down as well. Cool, you can't win, can you? Right, Colette writes... I thought I'd take a few moments to let you know how much I really enjoy your talk show. I'm sitting listening to you here, singing and enjoying. Just got back in time, as I never miss your shows. Oh, don't forget, if you ever miss them, you can always grab them on the podcast, all right? UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. They're always on there, UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. I hope this email finds you well. I'm fine, and I'm listening to you talking about your weight. Any tips? Loves and hugs from Coles. Yes, don't eat. Dust. You can only eat dust in future, all right, Coles? And I have got another little email from Coles, and we're just going to have one of these. Let's have a little jingle, shall we? A little bit of music. Hang on a minute. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Across the UK and across the world. From the Mirrorball studio in Royal Berkshire, this is Chris Reardon.
Now, those of you who notice things a lot will notice that there are now 2 jingles in the show, spaced apart at around about 20 minutes. Now, there is a reason for that. Has anyone got a clue why the jingles are now in 2 20-minute parts? Huh? Do you know? You don't, do you? Try and work that out. Because we only used to have one halfway through the show. Now, there's 2 of them, isn't there? One after about 20 minutes and the other after about 40 minutes. Why are there now 2 jingles instead of 1? Any ideas? Let me know on the email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk is the email address. Now, Coles also writes, have you ever had one of those days where you get the pains first, then the accident? I'm not quite sure what you mean there. Or is it just me being my usual self-ass for elbow? I don't know what you mean by that, my darling. Pains first, then the accident. Well, only if you've got a bit of a stomach problem. You know, you might get pains and you could be walking outside and then have a terrible accident. And I don't mean being run down by anything. Oh, my word. What a thing to talk about. What a thing. I remember... I want to say this very carefully. When I had a burst yeah, that's easy enough. When I had a burst appendix, after I'd come out of hospital there... Let's just say I couldn't go too far away from a toilet. Oh, it was awful. She's purring now, isn't you? My little cat, she's quite happy sitting on my lap while I'm doing my show. How fantastic is that? Aren't you? Do you think she likes the sound of my voice? She's the only one who does. I don't. I know. People think, oh, you love the sound of your own voice. No, I don't. That could not be further from the truth. Why do people assume things like that? You notice that? People always assume things, don't they? Or they think they know yourself better than you know yourself. Stupid. Always coming out with comments and things. Not like you, are you? You're quite happy to sit there. Eh? Look, I've got no problem today with the, what is it called? The allergy at all, have I? Eh? Let's have a look at you, darling. Bless her heart. She does dribble a bit now. Don't you? Oh, I've got a little damp patch now on my T-shirt. Never mind. Can all be washed. Back to Colette's email here. I got soaked yesterday and came back home and changed, but my back was in agony. Oh, why is that? I found out why last night, took a trip downstairs and bumped me back down 5 or 6 stairs, so now I know where my backache came from. Did you fall down the stairs, dear? How'd you manage that? Well, I nearly did that the other day. When was it? It was yesterday, actually. Yesterday. At the top of the stairs, and I broke a mug and a plate. Last night, this is. I was at the top of the stairs, and I had slippers on. They must be the worst thing you can wear in a house on stairs. Slippers. There's got to be loads and loads of accidents, I reckon, on slippers. What do you think? Because I was at the top of the stairs and I kind of put my foot down one stairs and it slipped and the cup and the plate went flying down the stairs and smashed at the bottom, which is annoying, really. You might have seen it before. I've got a really big mug for my tea. That's what broke. I can't find those mugs anywhere anymore. Anyway, so do be careful going on stairs, especially on slippers. Has anyone else had accidents on slippers at all? Tell me about it. The email's at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. There is a postal address as well, which I will have time to give you to in a minute or so, right? So get your pens ready. Wiz says, that's her friend, Wiz says, I can nag, whinge and moan for Scotland. Not that you'd be able to tell from my shows, because she does a little radio show as well. I try to talk as little as possible. I hate the sound of my own voice. Yeah, you and me alike. Catch you soon, babes, with my review. Lots of love from Coles. So thank you, Coles, and welcome along. We've got a few new people this week. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Always feel free to send in emails about any subject you want. You can bring up any subject from any of the older shows. No problem at all, OK? You find those at the main United Kingdom Talk website, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Now, the postal address, put pen to paper. Oh, you may have noticed a couple of shows ago I actually got the blooming the postal code wrong at the end, didn't I? But I corrected myself very quickly. Now, postal address is Chris Reardon, United Kingdom Talk, P.O. Box 407... I've forgotten it. Well, I'm going to upset the cat now because I've got to move. Hang on. 4073, that's it. P.O. Box 4073. I've got it written up on the wall here. Bracknell, Bracknell, RG429ED. All right, that's the postal code. Once again, Chris Reardon, United Kingdom Talk, P.O. Box 4073. Bracknell, Bracknell, RG429ED, United Kingdom. That's the address. All right? She's very happy here, isn't you, Tiny? I've noticed there's a little bit of a matted fur under her neck there, which I'll probably cut off a little bit later on. I try and, because being old, she can't get right, you know, I lick their fur like that. She can't get round and do that anymore, I don't think. So I had to brush her. But even after brushing, I do notice you get like clumps of fur, which I tried very carefully. I get ever so worried that I'm going to cut her, that I try and cut out of her thing. There's a bit there, you see. If you pull it, it will hurt. I don't mean to hurt you, darling. She's dribbling here. Dribbling away from me. Yeah. Never mind. Hello to Wayne. Hello, Wayne. Wayne is another relatively new listener. He's a DJ. And he says, I've got a new Dell computer, all black with chrome power button and a few blue neon-type lamps. How camp is that, dear? Yes, we like the blue neon lights. We do like those. I've actually got those on my Toshiba. It's funny, since buying the Toshiba... Oh, I've started to itch now. How long we got? Oh, I'll put up with it for 10 minutes. Ooh, it's starting. Yeah, my Toshiba's got a lot of blue lights on the front. Why do they do that? Why do they put all these flashing lights on computer? I can understand... No, actually, you do need, like, a power on button. And you know that light that flashes when the hard drive's working? I don't know what it's called. You do need those on there, don't you, to know that they're actually working. She says, we'll check out your videos as well, though if I'm honest, I didn't really like the one you put on YouTube the other day, only because I think it's a talk show, and seeing you doing it really wasn't the same. Sorry, I now feel really bad. And that's from Wayne. Wayne, please, I need to know honest opinions. As I said before, there's no point in you saying, oh, yes, it's really good, when actually you don't like it. But the general opinion of the videos is people do actually like it. Oh, the fur's going everywhere now. Look, can you see how it's starting to affect me? And I've touched my eyes, which is probably the worst thing I could have done. Never mind, it's not your fault, my old girl. Poor old thing sitting on my lap, look at her. Hi to Wayne, who says, good morning, dear. Now, Wayne's in Brighton. I've just watched one of your first experimental TV video. just now, and I was shocked to see you putting hand and body moisturiser onto your lips. Yes, because I had a cracked lip, which is it's actually nearly sorted. Nearly sorted. It's still a little bit dry. Anyway, Wayne goes on to say, no, dear. Isn't it surprising the amount of people that write in emails and use the term dear? I don't know where they get that from, dear. This is not for your body. You should be using petroleum jelly sold in easy-to-carry metal circular tubs at most pharmacies or Boots, dear. They even sell an aloe vera one in a green tub. This is my personal favourite, dear. Yeah, I know aloe vera. When I went to Barbados, these people that were walking on the beach, I think they were Barbadians, and they always kept coming up and saying, aloe vera, aloe vera. And I said, hello, my name's not Vera, it's Chris. Why do they keep calling me that? I must say, it's nice to hear your voice in my living room, dear, enjoying a coupe of custard creams and a decaffeinated coffee. We'll speak later on. And that's from Wayne. And that's actually Wayne the butler. You know Wayne the butler? Who has now left his present employer. Wayne the butler has left his present employer. Unfortunately, it was like husband and wife. The wife was talking to him like dirt. Now, I can tell you this because you don't really know who Wayne is, and you don't know the people who employed. But they were talking to him. He was the butler. They were talking to him as if not the bloke. The wife was talking to him like he was a piece of dirt, and this gone on for a few weeks. So he left, and good luck to him as well, because actually the world is at the moment very, very short of butlers. You could end up anywhere, Wayne. America, be lovely. You know. You have to remember when you take on butlers or any type of serving job, these are people. There are ways to talk to people. And this woman was like, she had so much money, Wayne said, it was unbelievable. The pair of them had so much money and so much waste, you couldn't imagine. They would have a room decorated, or we don't like that, so they'd have it done again, there and then. They had one room carpeted, didn't like the carpet, pulled it all up and started again. That's the sort of waste. It's just terrible. But to talk to someone like dirt, and you don't know Wayne. Wayne is a bit of a perfectionist, really. If you give him a job to do, he will do it absolutely to the utmost of his ability. And you don't need to talk to people like that, like dirt. So he left. And I told him to leave as well. But, you know, he made his own decision. Shocking, isn't it? No need to talk to people like that at all. So thanks for that, Wayne. All right. Oh, I seem to have... Have I confused my bits of paper here now? Just a minute. I thought I had... Oh, have we done all the emails? I think we might have done, actually. There's Colette, Wayne... Rod, are they, Amanda? Oh, we've done them all. My God, are we all up and scratched and all up to date? I can't believe it. Well, that's good news, isn't it? Maybe I should spend the extra time blushing my cat. Be an idea, wouldn't it? Now, what else has been going on? Let me see. Oh, piles of Christmas cards. I hope you've recycled those. Of course, if you'd have taken my advice right at the beginning of December, you wouldn't have any piles of Christmas cards because we wouldn't have sent any to each other. It's outrageous what they charge for those blooming things. Yes, it's very good recycling. Either put them in a recycle thing or cut them up and make little tags for next year's Christmas presents. I do like the look of shock on people. Look, the like of shock on people's faces. You know, last Christmas I bought... No, there is another email. There's definitely another... Here it is. Oh, I knew there was a long one here somewhere. Oh, what's the time? I don't think we got time... No, that's not the one. Just a minute, that's not it. Oh, you silly boy. I've got a long email here from someone who sent photos and everything. I'm going to have to put you down in a minute, Kat, because... Is this it here? Here it is. A waterfall. Waterfall. How are we doing for time? 4, 5, 6. I haven't got time to read this now. It's from Peter in Kosice in Slovakia, who actually sent an email Christmas time, and it didn't get to me. And he's tried to send... What are you doing now, Kat? Eh? Oh, she loves this, doesn't she? He sent an email just before Christmas, unfortunately, and it didn't get here. And he's resent it only just now, and I have it, and it's quite a long one, and there's no way I've got time to read all this out now, Peter. So if it's okay with you, I'll read it out on the next show. I'm sorry about that. I thought there was an extra email that I hadn't done. Ah, foolish. And also Richard in London sends a very funny email, again, which I'll include in the next show. So don't worry about that. You can always find us here at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Now, let's see. Oh, that's the other thing I keep doing. We've now got, the supermarkets are now doing eco-friendly bags. Now, these are made of cotton and actually are much stronger. I use them to carry one of the prizes that we do at the Bingay night on Monday night, which every Monday, there's a little website attached to that as well, bingay.com. All right, bingay.com. One of the prizes we give away is bottles of spirits and things like that. And they're quite awkward, you know, when you've got a big box of these things, they're heavy to carry up and downstairs because all the prizes are kept downstairs in the basement. So I've started using these eco-friendly bags to carry them. Ever so strong. Honestly, so much better than the old plastic things. But the trouble is, when I'm using them for shopping, I keep forgetting to take them out. So you end up buying more and more eco-friendly. I've got a cupboard full of the blooming things now. Eco-friendly bags. Anyway, time for me to go. Thank you very much for joining me. Do send us an email. It'd be lovely to hear from you. Chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Any comments at all on the video or the podcast, let me know, all right? Chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you on the next show. Bye-bye now.